welcome to today's vlog. We're doing something we haven't done in a long time, which is a Q&A together.
Yes.
I feel like we haven't done one of these in so long.
I think since like the pregnancy or before we had Cove, right? We probably did a little update right after Cove was born.
I don't know, but to sit down and do a Q&A, we haven't done it in forever, so I thought it would be fun today to do that instead of a normal vlog. Yeah.
Are they like geared towards me or like what's the plan?
They're just about like our life, being parents, having a baby.
Okay.
First question, how has having a baby changed your social life? I feel like it definitely has.
Yeah, I feel like it has, but not as much as I thought it would. We kind of aren't the most social. Like we don't go out and do things like every weekend and all this stuff.
There's times when we choose to like stay in because we have a baby, and like the other day she didn't take a nap or whatever and we were gonna go somewhere. Right. Usually I'm like, oh, she can totally, like, we can go out and she can go down late and whatever, but if she doesn't have a nap she'll be more grumpy, so we decided not to go. But there's been so many times that we're out somewhere and she's up like 2 hours past her bedtime and she's fine. So I feel like we just pick and choose like different times to have that affect our social life and times where it doesn't. We didn't like go out and party and stuff before that, so it's changed it, but I feel like not like that much where I'm like annoyed that we like can't go do stuff. New things you discovered about each other after becoming parents.
You go first. Did you?
I was gonna say you can go first. I feel like just the fact that you can like love something so much because you're so chill. Like Parker's person's like, oh, I don't have like a favorite color or a favorite food, or like, oh, I don't really care what we go do. Like you just, I don't want to
hurt the other color's feelings.
You just obviously don't love anything like you love your baby, but it's just so cute to like watch you be a dad. Yeah. And how you just like love it. And anytime I go somewhere, like if I leave them for the day for like work or whatever, you always like take her out and do cute like fun stuff, and are like out at the store wearing her in the little carrier, or like taking her on a hike. I just think it's like the cutest thing ever.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think my favorite kind of obviously ties into yours. Seeing you love someone so much is amazing.
I love her.
Yeah, you do love her. We'll be laying in bed at night and Aspyn will be like looking at pictures of her like, oh my gosh, I miss her. Should I go get her up? I want to go wake her up.
I know. We just like, I think just seeing your spouse like love something so much is so fun. Yeah. What is your favorite outfit for her, or like your favorite thing that she wears?
Favorite thing? I honestly go for convenience.
I feel like every time. Do too, though.
Every time, not really.
What is something I put her in that's not convenient?
I mean,
only like a dress.
Yeah. Which it's not. It's more convenient for us to like change her diaper or whatever.
Yeah.
But she can't crawl
as easy, so she's like mad if we put a dress on because it gets stuck under her.
So I'll just throw on like an easy onesie most of the time. Like I'll just.
You do onesies. I usually do a two-piece set, and Parker usually does a onesie. Will you be putting Cove into dance? I feel like that's the first thing that we'll like put her in. Yeah. Because I feel like other stuff you can't really do as young, but there's definitely dance classes for like 2-year-olds, but I feel like there's not like soccer and stuff.
Yeah, she'll definitely start with. She'll do dance.
Dance or like some kind of gymnastics or something. Yeah. Are there any parts of your life that you wish hadn't been filmed / posted on YouTube?
No.
Yeah, I feel like no. People always ask that. We always get asked, you feel like you have no privacy, blah blah blah, why don't you show this?
We've been really good from the beginning at picking and choosing what we want to show.
We would never like post ourselves like fighting or something and then look back and be like, oh, why did we do that?
That's so embarrassing. Why did we do that?
Favorite thing about being a parent?
Honestly, just having someone that just wants and loves you so much.
Yeah.
Like it's the best feeling when she's on the ground and she like reaches up for you and she puts her hands like close together like this. Yeah, it's just the best feeling.
I feel like just everything. I don't even know how to pick one thing. Yeah, I like don't even know how to put it into words. It's just the best. What will you be doing with the second house? Leaving it be or putting it up for rent on Airbnb? So if you guys haven't seen, we've talked about it a bunch of times, but we do have a second house back in southern Utah.
Yes.
And you cannot Airbnb in the area that we're in, and putting it up for rent, if we had like actual renters in there long term, then we couldn't use it. The plan for now is we just go down there and use it like when we go down there. I feel like we go at least like every other month for sure. And then
we've been going quite a bit lately.
Yeah, we go, especially in the winter. We heard this is gonna be a bad winter, so that's why we got that house, because we don't want to freaking deal with all the snow.
Yes, we'll be down there through the winter.
Yeah, we'll be down there through like the winter storms and stuff. And if like my sister's down there, then she stayed there, so it's definitely getting used. Do you guys ever disagree on how to raise Cove / what is best for her? I feel like
sometimes, but it's mostly on just like little dumb things that is in the moment when she's like fussing or crying or something and we're both like irritated.
But not really. I feel like it's too young for like how to raise her. Like obviously we've parented her in the sense that we're taking care of her, but we haven't had to make a lot of like parenting decisions of like how exactly are we going to discipline her if she's being naughty or whatever. So I feel like not yet. When do you think you would move back to southern Utah? Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'll let Aspyn answer this.
It's just too soon to even like put a number on it. So we haven't even been here for 2 years. And I feel like eventually we would maybe move back there, but like 10 years down the line, like a long, long time.
Like once it's time for Cove to start maybe like getting into
like
intermediate middle school.
Yeah, where we
like once
really
she's to the age
settled.
where friends really matter, you know?
And that's not even like a set plan. We've always said like we'd maybe end up back there. We don't know, but not for a long time. Will you ever have your kids share a room once they're older? I feel like no, unless we had to. I feel like everyone, if you can, like everyone should have their own space. But you've shared a room.
I shared a room, yeah.
Like, did you like not having your own space? I feel like I would need my
I feel
own
like
space
in the
to
younger
go recharge.
ages, like when I was a lot younger, it was
It's just like fun.
Yeah, it was nice to have someone in the room with you. But once we got older, like teenage years, and my brother was still 5 years younger than me, and he was like a mess, and I was like a neat freak. That was the worst. It's funny because we used to have sides.
Yeah.
And I just made a perfect line through the middle, like with
all
of his like clothes and like shoes and like everything, and just made a line.
I feel like I would not have enjoyed sharing a room. So unless we had to, like we had to downsize and they had to, then I don't. Like maybe if they wanted to, but I would still have their own rooms.
Well, because picture two little girls that would want to have like bunk beds and like be in the same room, you know?
I mean, if they wanted to, they could. How do you guys manage working together without annoying each other? We don't.
We don't. Yeah, we annoy each other every single
We do. It can be hard. But I feel like what works really well is we wake up in the morning and we make a to-do list every day, even on days when we don't have a lot of work, because even if there's not a lot of work, there's like still other stuff to get done.
Right.
So it's good to have those like expectations. And I feel like just that communication of like, you're in charge of this, I'm in charge of this. Like every single week, Parker does the laundry and I order all the groceries and like meal plan and stuff for us. So even just stuff like that, which that's not work, that's like a house thing. But just having that like communication of like who's doing what, I feel like helps. Does it ever get lonely working at home and being at home so often? I feel like sometimes, but if it doesn't, we just go out and do something.
Yeah, sometimes I miss kind of like the social aspect of like work, you know? I do really like working from home, but it was nice because for a while, for like a year or two before I started doing this, I sprayed pest control. So I was talking to new people like all day, every day.
Yeah.
And it was nice. It was fun. Like I learned a lot,
like
met a lot of people. Right. Yeah. I am more like that, but I enjoyed that. So sometimes I miss it.
Yeah, I never had a job like that, so I like being home. But if we do get like, okay, we need to get out of the house, then we do. How long do you think you will breastfeed for? I really don't know. It's just my favorite part of the day, so I don't know when I will stop.
Aspyn loves that.
Because she's such a daddy's girl, she always wants Parker. But in the morning, if he goes to get her, she just wants me, and we just like lay there and cuddle, and it's my favorite. When do you give Cove screen time?
Usually on like a long road trip. Or
yeah, I would feel bad if I was just sitting there with no entertainment.
Not even being able to look out the window, you know, like just staring at the seat for 4.5 hours.
Yeah, we started doing that once she stayed like awake long enough to where she was fussy. We'll usually time it with her nap so that she'll like take a nap and then watch something. But yeah, usually in the car on a road trip. And then
sometimes if she wakes up from her nap early and is super fussy and we have to get work done, we'll turn on a show.
And then I feel like those are like the main times. Or if she ever like gets hurt and I just want to like lay and cuddle with her. Like she fell yesterday, so I turned on a show for a few minutes and we just like snuggled. But
there was a phase where she was too crazy when we were changing her poopy diapers.
Yeah.
So we would just like hold the phone.
Trolls.
Yeah, with the Trolls song, and she would stay put.
Which like that'll do
she's
as many
out
times
like,
a day as
when's the last time you did that? I haven't
done it for a while either.
A video, for a while.
On like a normal day, I try not to. But like sometimes we'll just have a super chill day and I'm like, I just want to sit and cuddle my baby, so we're gonna turn on a movie. But on like a normal day, I try to not have her watch because she just could be doing other things. Do you have names picked out for future children?
Kind of.
Yeah, I have one name if we had a girl next that I really, really like, but we don't be like, oh, when so-and-so is born, like we just say that we like it. But I have no boy names.
Except for Parker Jr.
No.
PJ.
Would you be excited or stressed if your next pregnancy was twins?
I don't think I'd be super
I would be
stressed.
So stressed out.
You would?
Yes.
I would be like so surprised.
I would too, because it doesn't run in my family at all.
Or mine.
I would just be, well, it can only be from like the mom side, but I would be so shocked and I would be so stressed out. So knock on wood. I mean, if it happened, then, you know, obviously we would like be happy or whatever, but I would be really stressed out. Do you deal with any criticism with breastfeeding a toddler? My son is 1 and people can be so mean. No, but I haven't breastfed her out in public in like a long time, just because now she only eats like usually in the morning and at night, and then usually like one point in the day she'll come and want some, but we're pretty much always home. So I haven't been out in public somewhere, but even if I was,
so be it.
yeah, you just have to not care. Okay, someone said, how do you feel about Taco Bell getting rid of potatoes? So I have to Google this. I will be so mad because that's what I get in like all my stuff. What? Taco Bell is slashing potatoes from their menu and vegan and vegetarian customers are furious. Yeah, what the heck? Mid-August. Okay, maybe tomorrow for the next vlog we'll go to... Wait, it's September.
Yeah, it's already over.
Wait, how is it freaking mid-September already?
I'm sorry, babe. You'll just have to stick with
Okay.
beans.
If Parker said he didn't want kids or vice versa, would you still have gotten married? No.
Probably not.
No, I definitely would not marry someone who didn't want kids. Did you get a nose job and how do you feel about it? Yes, if you haven't been watching for that long, I did probably like 4 years ago now, and it was the best thing that I ever did.
Yeah, it was the best thing she ever could have done for herself.
Besides having a baby, it was the
No,
best thing that I've ever done. It was just,
It wasn't
I feel
that much of a difference, but she
what you
used to have
think.
just a little bump right in here, and they basically just flattened
Yeah,
it.
they basically just made my whole nose smaller, but we did vlog the whole process, if I didn't already just say that. So it's actually in a playlist if you guys want to look at it on this channel. I'm super happy that I did it, especially with filming all the time. I was always like, oh my gosh, I freaking hate my nose. So I did it, and now I like never think about it, and it's so nice to just not hate your nose. So I feel very good about it. Where does most of your income come from? From sponsorships is like the highest
brand deals.
number.
Yeah.
What are the differences in how you were raised compared to how you're raising Cove? I feel like just more independent. Like my mom would try to make us be independent, but I feel like she didn't like push us hard enough. So
you guys got
I want-
dependent.
yeah, I mean, even I feel like I'm still dependent on my mom, especially because she like works for me and stuff. So I just like need to talk to her for like so many different work things.
I feel like
What
for
do
the
you
most
think?
part, I'm pretty, like, I was raised to be very independent, and like,
Yeah.
I was kind of raised how we're raising Cove, so
Yeah, just like chill.
yeah, just
yeah, my
chill.
parents were definitely
Yeah,
more
just chill.
strict, especially, but you're also the third.
I am
So I feel
the
like
third.
parents get more chill with more kids they have. I was the first one, so they were definitely more strict with me. I'll at least like try to be more chill. I've been a lot more chill than I thought I would be, right?
Sometimes.
Don't you think? Didn't you think I would be way crazier?
Um,
I'm not crazy.
yeah, no, you've been a
I
lot
feel like
better.
you're just used to me now being chill.
Yeah, I'm
So.
just used to it. You're
I
right.
can't picture me even being crazy.
I know, you're right.
How do you keep your house so clean?
Every time she sees something out, she goes, "Babe, go pick that up.
No.
Babe, will you clean this?
I do
Babe,
a lot of the pickups.
clean this."
But I feel like obviously our house gets messy like normal people. I feel like we have done a good job of like there's not that much that can be made into a mess. Like Cove doesn't have all her toys down here. She has her little toy corner like outside this door. But there's like limited toys there, and then we have like a few couch pillows that we have to put
I
back.
feel like also this is a habit I've been very good at since I was very young, and I feel like Aspyn's very good at it too. When you use something, you put it back, and then
I
it's
feel
just
like
never a mess.
You're pretty good, at least within the same day. 90% of stuff. Like my curling iron's out right now, but because it had to cool down after I used it.
Or this is just laying on the floor because we just took it off Luma last night.
Yeah. So usually within the same day, we just like pick stuff up. And every morning I usually do a pickup, or Parker does. But it takes like 2 minutes because there's not that much out. How big of an age gap do you want between Cove and baby number 2? 2 to 3 years or more. I feel like ideally anywhere from like 2 to 2.5.
Yeah.
Like if it was a little more, that'd be fine. A little less, that'd be fine. But over 3, I feel like I would be like, okay, we gotta like it wouldn't be on purpose if it was over 3. What is your number 1 recommendation for new parents?
Number 1 recommendation. I just gave this in my Q&A.
No, you have to say something different. Go watch Parker's video. We'll link it down below.
Yeah,
Do
go
you wanna
watch
hear
it actually
his-
if you guys want to see
his number
that
1?
advice.
What's like a product or like thing that they should do? Like something that you really
A
recommend?
product?
Well, mine is a product. Mine is the sleep training course that we did. I feel like if we hadn't done that and she wasn't a good sleeper, it would have been like a really hard year.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
for like
sleep
our
training very
mental
early on
health.
is a very smart thing to do.
Yeah, and early bedtime. I love her early bedtime.
Staying on a schedule is a really, really good thing to do. Also realizing that like your world doesn't revolve around them. You know what I mean? Like I feel like a lot of people
Yeah.
get kind of sucked into like
you can't,
you can't hang out with friends anymore, and you can't do
Yeah.
all this stuff or have your own life.
Right,
But
yeah, I don't feel like we lived like that.
right, we never
Here
did
and
ever
there,
from the beginning.
We'll be like, okay, let's not go to that thing because I want to put her to bed.
That's my advice.
I wanted this to be long because when I watch videos like this, I get sad when it's like a 10-minute Q&A. I'm like, oh, I want to just like listen to this like a podcast. Is there anything you thought you wouldn't do as parents but ended up doing it? Buying her PJs with the like Trolls characters on it.
Right. I mean, I had always kind of
so happy. Yeah, you didn't care. I was always just like, oh, why? Like those are not cute. But seeing how happy she is when Poppy is on her shirt,
she loves
I could cry. Yeah, that's one thing that I was like, I'm never doing that, and then I did. Actually, Lauren got them for her, but I picked them out. Is there something that you thought?
I feel like there isn't a lot that I like thought about hard before I had a baby, like that I would be doing.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably like a you thing. I thought about like a lot of stuff.
Right.
Have you determined who tends to Cove, like for wake ups, diapers, feedings, etc.?
I feel like we just have like in our heads, both of us have like a mental note of who did what last. Well, lately Aspyn's been getting up super early and working out, so I've been going and getting her and then like bringing her downstairs to Aspyn and bugging her while she works out.
Yep. Yeah, I feel like we just like switch off. I mean, we don't make sure like, oh, I got her yesterday, so you have to today, but we just like both do stuff. And if I'm in the middle of like editing something or some kind of work thing, like Parker's not, and she wakes up from her nap, he's not going to be like, okay, like you have to go get her because I did last time.
Right.
Like we both just
understand like when you need to step in and be the one to do it.
Yeah. Did you have postpartum depression or anxiety? I didn't. I thought maybe that I would, just because I get like very
I think
stressed.
that you might have had a little bit.
You think?
I think that yes. Isn't like thinking of your child like growing up or something, like I feel like you would cry a lot about that.
That's if you like about her growing up.
Well, you would like think about her and be like, oh, she's like already a week older than she was yesterday. I miss that so much.
That's a different thing.
And you would like cry over that. Is that not part of it, or that's just like?
I don't think so. I thought maybe I would, but I was just like so happy. Will you send Cove to a Montessori school? I would love to do that if we can find a good one.
That's just basically like a school that teaches kids to
just like more independent. Like at snack time, you like pour your own water and like stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah, he doesn't even know. Do you think you're missing out on things with your friends after having a baby? I feel like that's kind of like the first question. I feel like you don't as much, but usually like I'm thinking if we go down to southern Utah, we like put Cove down for bed and then Parker will go hang out with our friends and I don't go, and I'm like, oh, I kind of wish that I could go.
You do?
But if I want to like actually go, then we just like don't put her down.
Right.
Like we've taken her over to our friends' houses before. We haven't for a while now that she's like bigger, just because she's like crazier. I feel like she'd get into stuff. Last one. Does Parker want another baby sooner than you?
I don't think so.
I feel like we want one
about the same time, between 2 and 3 years.
Yeah, that's the answer.
That's the answer. Is that all of them?
Yeah, we answered like a bunch of them. So yeah, that's all for our Q&A today. Let us know if you guys want us to do another one of these, because they're fun. We haven't done one in like so long.
And I feel like we have a lot more questions we can answer.
Yeah, there's definitely a ton of questions. So let us know if you guys want to see part 2, and we'll see you guys in the next vlog.
Bye guys.